Have you ever wondered what it truly costs to be great? Not just good, but legendary. We see the trophies, the applause, the highlight reels, but rarely the price tag attached. Today, let's pull back the curtain on that price. This is the story of Leo, a man who wanted to touch the stars and the pieces of himself he left behind on the journey there. Leo wasn't just a coder, he was a digital architect. From his cramped apartment, surrounded by whiteboards filled with complex algorithms, he envisioned a world connected. His project, which he called Nexus, wasn't just an app, it was a revolution. And for this, Leo was willing to sacrifice everything. His day started before sunrise and ended long after the city lights had dimmed. Friends would call, "Leo, we're all going out." But his response was always the same. A tired but firm, "I can't. I'm close to a breakthrough." Soon, the calls stopped coming. His world shrank to the glow of his monitors and the steady hum of his computer. His girlfriend, Clara, was his biggest supporter. She would bring him food, remind him to sleep, and listen for hours as he explained code she didn't understand. But nights of her falling asleep on his couch alone turned into weeks. One evening, she held his hand and said, "Leo, I'm here. But you're not. I miss the man I fell in love with, not just the genius you're becoming." The look in her eyes was a mixture of love and heartbreak. That night, she packed a small bag. Leo didn't even notice until the next morning. The silence in the apartment was suddenly heavier. He pushed the pain down, channeling it into his work. Every missed birthday, every skipped holiday, every lonely meal became fuel. He told himself it was temporary. He told himself they would all understand once he succeeded. Nexus became his entire universe. Years passed. The sacrifices piled up like discarded drafts of code. He missed his sister's wedding. He wasn't there when his father fell ill. He'd see photos on social media of the life he was supposed to be living, friends, getting married, having children, traveling the world. Each picture was a small sting, a reminder of the connections he'd severed. He was a ghost in his own life story. Then, one day, it happened. Nexus launched. It wasn't just a success, it was a phenomenon. It changed how people communicated, how businesses operated, how the world connected. Leo became a household name. He was on the cover of magazines, hailed as a visionary, the architect of the new digital age. He had done it. He had achieved greatness. He moved out of his cramped apartment into a sprawling penthouse with panoramic views of the city he had conquered. He had everything he had ever dreamed of: wealth, recognition, a legacy. The world was at his feet. One evening, he stood on his balcony, looking out at the glittering city. his phone buzzed with notifications. He then opened his gallery and found an old photo. It was from years ago, at a simple picnic in the park. He was laughing, his head resting on Clara's lap. His friends were there, making silly faces. His sister was playfully trying to steal his sandwich. It was a moment of pure, uncomplicated joy. He looked at the photo, then back at the sprawling, silent penthouse. He had reached the pinnacle. He was standing on top of the mountain he had spent his life climbing. But he was standing there, completely alone. The applause from the world was deafening, but it couldn't fill the silence in his heart. He had built a platform to connect millions, but in the process, he had become disconnected from everyone who mattered to him. The question echoed in the vast emptiness of his new home. Was it worth it? Greatness demands sacrifice. That's not a motivational poster. It's a warning. For Leo, the cost was his relationships. His shared moments, his human connection. He had the world, but he had lost his world. As he stood there, a single tear tracing a path down his cheek, he finally had his answer. The prize was magnificent, but the price was a piece of his soul. So, as you chase your own ambitions, ask yourself, what are you willing to give up? And more importantly, what are you not? Because some sacrifices leave scars that even the brightest spotlight can't hide. Thanks for watching. Think about this, and if it resonated with you, consider subscribing for more stories that make you question everything. See you next time.